Hello, YouTube and Facebook. Thank you all for joining me on this edition of 5 Minutes with Chris, and today is all about TV reboots. Now, I don't know about you, but I am sick and tired of the nostalgic reboot bandwagon. I am sick of people, wanting shows from 30 years ago to all of a sudden make a comeback and be the most successful show on television. Now, not every show is going to be the most successful show on television. I mean, Roseanne hit it lucky. Roseanne was very lucky because it came at the right time, when the country is being so divided and people are up each other's asses constantly. It came at the right time where, we really had a sense of relief and a sense of humor and all of that kind of stuff until all of that was ruined when Roseanne tweeted what she did, and next thing you know, the show was canceled. But you know what? You can't win them all. I mean, the show was very successful. It had over 20 million viewers, the debut episode. I mean, it was a remarkable show, I thought. I thought it was very funny. I thought the writing was very good. I thought the acting was very good. I thought just the way the whole show blended together. It just really was a great show, in my opinion, and I'm going to miss it. But, honestly, I also love Fuller House. I think Fuller House is one of the shows that it's definitely much better than the original show Full House, in my opinion, because it's a little more, it's not as, I don't know what the word is. It's not as it's not as childlike as the original show. The original show was a little more childish. It was a little more, geared a little more towards younger people. But this show is a little more serious. It's for more mature people, and it's a little more, even though it's still a family show, it's a little more they have more serious issues, more serious topics, and I kind of like that about the show. So, those are two examples of good reboots, in my opinion. Now, as for all the reboots that I would probably never watch, would be shows that are coming up, in fact, in the next few months, within the next 4 or 5 months with the new television season. For example, shows like Murphy Brown, Magnum P.I., Charmed, all of those kind of shows are coming back. They're all making comebacks, and, I don't watch any of those shows to begin with. I never did. I never will. I never watched any of them in syndication, and I don't know. I just feel like shows like that just aren't worthy of reboots. I mean, the fact that, in Murphy Brown's particular case was that it was never really a syndicated hit. I mean, it never really played well in syndication. I mean, a lot of networks always passed on it because it never really had, even though it ran a long time, it ran for 10 seasons or whatever, it just never really was a rating success, you know what I mean? So a lot of networks turned it down, and a lot of syndication was turned down from it, and honestly, I just don't get how shows like that end up with reboots. Same thing with Will and Grace. I mean, Will and Grace to me just was never funny. I mean, to me it reminded me of Friends, which Friends just is not funny at all, honestly. I mean, I don't care what you say, it's just not funny, You can't make me sit down there and force me to laugh, because I won't. I'm not going to laugh at Friends. I hate Friends, I just think reboots, though, I mean, Hollywood has gotten to a point in society where all the writers, all the producers, they've all just come up with unoriginal ideas. They've all been repetitive. They've all, they've come up with stuff that's already been done, and it's just ridiculous, in my opinion. I mean, you pay these people to go out and perform new shows, to put out new shows, and to, get the right kind of actors and all this kind of stuff, and they don't do it. They just rehash old stuff. And that's why TV is the way it is today, because of all of this kind of crap that goes on in studios and stuff. So, I also wanted to bring up one more point about TV reboots. The fact that the Roseanne reboot has been canceled leaves a spot open for ABC. And one of the shows that they are considering bringing back is honestly now, there were two shows that they're considering bringing back, which one was called Pushing Daisies, which was a short-lived sitcom back in I think 2008 or 2009. I don't think I ever watched it. I might have watched one episode, but there's also another show that they considered bringing back, or rebooting, and that is 2.5 Men. Now, 2.5 Men, I love that show, but I only love the years that Charlie Sheen was on it. I would only consider watching it if Charlie Sheen was on it. Because if it's Ashton Kutcher, I'm not going to waste my time. I hated that, you know? I hated when they killed him off and they made Ashton Kutcher the star of the show. I didn't like that. So, hopefully if they are to do a reboot of that show, they stick to the original series, like the original actors and all that. Now, I know Charlie Sheen is like a cancer when it comes to, being on set and all that stuff and behind the scenes, he's a cancer. But, I prefer Charlie Sheen over Ashton Kutcher. So with all this being said, as much as I hate reboots, there are a few of them out there that I do enjoy, and I will like to see them come back. And, hopefully they will someday. So with all that being said, I thank you all for joining me. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. I love you all. I thank you all, and goodbye, everybody.